Hey y'all, Jessica here from Abracadabra Refurbished. Today I am going to be putting some stripper on the top of this dresser. It is a French Provincial. I am going to get some stripper put on. It's from GreenEZ, of course. This stuff is amazing, literally magical. It's called GreenEZ Strip and Clean. Okay. So today that's what I'll get done. I'll do this on. My plan is to take off the hardware, and then I'm going to put on some gray primer. And after the primer, I plan on using 1 Hour Enamel Carbon. And then I am going to paint some flowers on the front of this. So first off, you want to shake this really well, or mix it, stir it. You want to mix it, okay? And I usually just dump it out on the top, like that. That's why I had it up close so you guys could see it. I'm not real sure you can. You can kind of see the blob. And you just take your old chip brush. You don't need anything expensive. Just wipe it all over. You want a nice thick liberal coat on. You're gonna want to leave it on for 3 to 4 hours, and then you can come back and use a come back and use a plastic scraper. I use a plastic scraper, food service type thing. And then of course you can use I usually use mineral spirits when I use stripper. Mineral spirits. I'm going to get this edge nice and good. I like to stain the tops. Hey everybody! Jessica here again from Abracadabra. And here my dresser has been sitting for way longer than 4 to 6 hours because I had birthday parties and sledding parties and blah blah blah. So anyways, to make sure it's soft enough to scrape it off, I sprayed it with my solution of GreenEZ Easy Clean. Just some water in there. Trying to moisten it up a little bit. And then I have my cooking scraper, just a plastic scraper, and a garbage can that the clothes from were inside this old dresser are in the garbage. So I am going to attempt to strip the top of this dresser off. Let's just see if it will work, if it's not too hard. I might have to wait for it to soften up or add more stripper because I left it so long. Oh, it's coming off. And I think I might actually, it's coming off. Look at that. Oh, show ya. Am I gonna gross you out? Yeah, I think I'm gonna, it's coming off, but because I left it sit so long, I think I might just put a little bit more on. Oops, that one on the floor. Can you see? Okay, let's just see what we got going on with this tripod. Nope, back you up, bring you forward. There. Now you can see it. So in this case, to clean it. I'm going to add a little bit more of the Easy Strip to the top, and I'm going to use my soapy water and clean the drawers today and hopefully get it primed, because I plan on painting flowers on the front of this. for my chip brush, guys. There's my chip brush. Move this around a little. The old still on it. It's okay, I'll take that off later. Pour a little bit more on. Okay, now while that sits a little longer, let's get the soapy water. A pile of rags in it. Move the garbage out of my way. And I'll start by using my easy cleaner again. Green Clean, whatever it's called. I'll show it to you. This is what I'm using, guys. Here's the stripper, GreenEZ Strip and Clean. And the GreenEZ Strip and Clean, this is the degreaser cleaner that I'm gonna squirt on here. My water has a little bit of Dawn dish soap in it and a splash of bleach, and I have my gloves on, guys. I'm just giving it a little soap, you know. I just smell the air myself. Screwdriver, thing. Opened up my drawers. Now, one drawer at a time, I will take and clean them. Start with this top one on this side. Just pull it out. Screw in the back, I don't know why. I clean the insides too, you guys. Who knows what's been back there, where the dresser was. I literally washed the back wall, the very top on the inside. See? Like up on the top, everything. I wipe it all. And as I'm cleaning, I'm also inspecting it, okay? So I'm inspecting to see if anything needs to be tightened, fixed, repaired, you know what I mean. Alright, I think the inside of that's clean. And take the drawer, clean every side and every surface of each drawer too. So the bottoms, okay, I clean it all. And I got my soapy water, and I already sprayed the Easy degreaser on. I like to use soap and water. I like to use actual water. I know some people just squirt and spray, but I think water and a rag that will absorb dirt and grime is what I go do. That's what I use. And these will be, I'm gonna lightly scuff these and sand them. And guess what? Then they're gonna get wiped off again. You don't wanna leave any soap residue on them. So I usually rinse them with just clear water, or I use vinegar. Vinegar is awesome, you guys, because it evaporates. It takes smells and soaps. It takes film off. It takes all the soap film off. It takes smells, everything. It evaporates. You think the vinegar smells and it might make stuff smell, but it doesn't. It evaporates to nothing, and then it takes everything with it. The smell goes away, you know that it's been evaporated. And it won't hurt your paint then if you make sure you have, like some people use TSP, that works really well, but it will leave behind a TSP kind of type residue. Just see how I'm wiping out, okay? And I'm getting out, trying with my fingernail, I go and I into each little corner, right? Make sure you get all the dirt out of the corners. And then put the drawer back in. This is a beautiful dresser. It's like solid wood, no metal rails. I have one next to me, a tall one that I'm gonna paint the same color as this one and marry them together in a way. Obviously, they don't have to be sewed together, but they can be sewed together if you want to be. Okay. Getting the drawer out. Washing the inside, guys. The top, everything. You want to wipe it all. I don't know where the screws are going. Now sometimes when my rake starts to get a little bit dry and a little dirty, I'll take out 2 drawers at the same time, but you want to mark the drawers so you can put them back in the same spot. But these drawers are already marked for me. This one, I don't know, marked with the right number, but that's number 2. Take out number 3, set it on this side. I'm gonna wipe out the bottom. I don't know if you can see down that far. I'm sure you can. Okay. Now I want to wipe this. Sometimes a piece has a lot of detail. I do the same process pretty much, but I might get out the steamer and clean, depending on how old it is and how many crevices and nooks and crannies and details. Get the idea, right? Okay. Getting happy with that. Now my rake is dirty, so I'm just gonna throw that on the ground because it's dirty, and I'm gonna grab a clean one. I'm gonna grab drawer number 2 on this side and do the same thing. I'm gonna grab my clean rag out of my bowl, get all the water out of it. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it. You want that water, you want that little bit of bleach in it. Darn, just soap degreaser. You watch every surface, especially the corners. You want to get the corners, everything, because wood absorbs smells and oils and greases. So you really want to make sure you get every crevice, okay? There's like this little rim all the way along the edge. That right there, you gotta make sure that's nice and clean. Because if it's not nice and clean, when you put your paint on, primer paint, it won't matter how many, well, you can use shellac and a lot of layers, but you'll be wasting a lot of paint if you leave dirt on because it will bleed. But sometimes if it's oil, it not only bleeds, like it'll turn colors. Because I put oil on furniture, like Vaseline and cooking spray I've used on purpose. And it'll turn like if you want to paint it white and whatnot, it'll come through green. first it might not be as green, but like the next day it'll look green like a patina. It's super cool when you want to do it on purpose, but when you do not want to do it on purpose, it's not super cool. Okay. Sometimes if it's just dirt, it'll turn brown too. You'll see a little chunk. Or every once in a while, I'll accidentally paint over a piece of tape. Oh, that's a bummer. You always want to make sure you get all the tape off. Okay, so that one's clean. My rag is still plenty wet and clean enough to do this next drawer. Drawer number 3. And I'll turn off the camera and finish the rest of the drawers. Come back, turn the camera back on, and hopefully I can take the solution, the stripping gel off the top of the dresser. Okay. Hey. Okay. So, I got one rag left in my pot. I got my dirty ones laying over on the side. Now I'm coming back. I'm going to use this beveled edge scraper. It's like a beveled, see that? Okay, you want to be more careful when you use metal. Grab my garbage can. You don't want to re-scratch the top more than you have to, or you create more work for yourself, right? So, I did a little test strip right here before I turned on the camera. Yep, you can see that. One soft little wipe. And I've literally, okay, I told you I left it on too long. It literally was on for like 2 days. So I'm coming back. I put another thin layer of the gel on, the stripping gel, and now I'm coming back. It's only been 20-30 minutes. All I did was wash the drawers and the outsides and insides of the drawers. Come back, watch this, real lightly. I'm not even pushing. You see that little, this stuff is literally magical. I love it. I love it. I'm putting it into my garbage can. You guys can use anything like an old can, I don't know, paper towel, whatever you want. I always seem to grab the garbage can. Yes, that's great. So on the edge, like the rim, I will have to wipe that off, probably with some steel wool, because obviously this is a flat scraper and the rim right here is not flat. Sometimes I use it though just to get in crevice. Yep, come right off. Awesome. This is awesome. They should have just called this magic. Here's my steel wool, guys. Look at that, wipe right off. Oh, that is awesome. It's just wiping, it's like crumbling off a little bit. Like dusting off. Not dust, obviously, but this is awesome. This is like the best ever. Look how easy that is. I turned off the camera, I came back with this steel wool, and I'm like, hot damn, that's wiping right off. Wow, I love it. You'll see a lot more stain tops from me with that easiness. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. I gave it a quick sand right now with my cordless sander, palm held. I used 80 grit. Isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you guys, This stuff makes life so much easier. I will never use such a strip again. I'm having a hard time finding my sanding block, so I'm just gonna lightly scuff by hand with, this is just a 220 piece of sandpaper. Super cheap that I get from Amazon. I've ordered off of Amazon. I will drop a link in the description. Okay, so I'm just gonna lightly scuff this all because I want to prime it. And I can see that it's kind of shiny. That, and I like to scuff it up a little just because it helps me make sure I got tape. It's just another go through. You go, you know, you spot with your eye if you need to clean it more. Sometimes you'll find a little piece of tape or camouflage. Gunk, buildup, oil, grease, whatnot. See that? You can kind of see that it'll leave a little mark. It'll turn a little white where you stain this. You know you don't miss any. And of course I'll wipe it down again then. You don't want to sand too hard, just enough to give the paint some adhesion so the paint can stick to it. And so, you know, you're kind of just going over it, examining it, making sure it's clean. If that's possible, you can sand as less as possible. If it's super bad, obviously you gotta sand a lot, but the more you sand, the more bleed through you're gonna. The chances of more bleed through, especially on older pieces of furniture. This one isn't super old, but I know it's getting there. It's vintage. And it's solid wood. Like there is no pressed wood, fake wood on it at all. It's like solid, real everywhere. Even the railing, the drawer slides are real wood. And I fold my sandpaper, use just little different spots as I go along. Looks like so far I haven't seen any more dirt that I missed. But you always want to kind of watch closely because any dirt you leave behind, or oil and grease, like I said, it will ruin your finish. Vinegar. Can't find my spray bottle, so I'm just going to use the vinegar straight right on the rag. Wipe down. I put some bleach water on the top. It's a little bleach smelly in here right now. I'm gonna bleach the top a little bit and sand it some more. Maybe bleach it some more, I don't know yet. It's part of the process, you know. You never know what you're going to do until you do it sometimes. Like I said before, make sure you get all the little crevices, all the creases, everywhere it indents. Those are the spots that are easily missed because that's usually where the most dirt ends up, right? Even if you wipe it 500 times, sometimes you feel like you don't get it clean. Still didn't get it clean. So let's wipe it off. I'm gonna use this Wise Owl dark gray primer today. And the Wise Owl angle brush, the 1.5 inch. It's a specialty brush. You can find it on my website if you'd like. My plan again, like I said, I'm going to plan on painting this carbon with 1 hour enamel. It's an old dresser. can see, I don't know if you can see close up, but there are some places where the stain has weared off, or whatever the finish that they put. There we go. The water's starting to come off now. I get the paint on, and then I smooth it out. I might blend in some gray with the layer gray with the carbon. I don't know. Hey guys, while my primer is drying, I am going to clean up this tall dresser here, and I am going to paint it the same color as I'm going to paint this one. Obviously they weren't a, factory made set, but I am going to paint them the same color. So while I'm waiting, like I said, for that primer to dry, I am going to clean up and lightly sand this one and get a layer of primer on it. Hey! I'm going to use this 1 hour YSL 1 hour enamel called Carbon. Okay? And I'm going to use my YSL S45. I have it in this plastic bag because I already put one layer on the one over there. I don't know if I can turn it to show you. Well, you can see the bottom of it over there. I don't want to mess with the camera. Anyways, here's my Klingon S45. Or actually, it's 045. Here's the difference between the S50. Here's the S50 with the round short handle, and this one, the O45 Klingon, has a long handle. See how long that is? Anyways, let's get this going. I'm gonna brush this on over the top of the primer. I have bleach soaking on the top. Down here I used 400 grit sandpaper just to knock off anything misperfections that I may have had. It looks pretty good for the most part, so there we go. Over there I can tell this I'll need another coat of 1 hour, but for the most part this stuff goes on really nice and easy. It dries quick though, so you want to be more careful with your brush strokes, I guess. So I was kind of wondering if maybe I should use that otherwise the one I was using earlier, that one had a slanted edge. For this dresser, I might actually go grab the other brush. I feel like the other one for this might work better. I don't think I brought it back in here. Kind of lazy. I don't really want to go get it. Try this just for one drawer and then go back and prepare the brush maybe. That's what I'll do. Let's see which brush works the best. This paint dries quick. This 1 hour paint will dry very fast. Don't get scared. It might look like it's really ugly, like streaky and whatnot, but the second coat will go on like gold, okay? So nothing to worry about there. It's self-leveling and you don't have to top coat it. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go get my angled brush and try that. Just wanna make sure enough. I don't want to have any drips. Kind of sand it later. Okay, I got my angled brush. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put my cling on, back in my plastic bag. You can use Saran wrap or cling wrap or whatever you like. The only thing is my brush has water in it because I've rinsed it out. Drying it with a towel, that's the end here. Water. This I need it like the angle to get into the crevices. everybody. Okay, so right now I'm going to give you a rundown of what I'm doing next. I am going to give this top of this a quick sand with some, I'm actually going to probably use an Grit. Honestly, I've sprayed a little bleach on there. I've been bleaching it. And then I'm going to stain it. I'm going to whitewash it with YSL Snow Owl. I'm going to use this awesome brush. Look at this cool paintbrushes. I don't know if you can see the size. This is a 32-inch can, and this is a 60 flat brush. You can buy them at YSL. They can be drop shipped. You can buy them from my website, www.abracadabra-refurbished.com. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to whitewash the top. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to use matte One Enamel on the top or if I'm going to use salve. But that's the next thing that I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to use some purple transfers on the front of this one. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm going to use 120 with my battery operated palm sander. Okay, might be a little loud, but I'll delete the sound if need be. Okay, so when you're sanding, you don't want to push. You just want to kind of let it go on its own, okay? I sometimes go in circles like this, but I don't push. Okay. You might want to wear a mask when you do that. Now I'm grabbing a rag. Sorry I left the screen. I'm grabbing a clean cloth. Whew, that was a little bit dusty. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off the dust. After I get the white paint wash on here, I'm gonna soak it again. So, I'm gonna sand it again. What the heck? I'm gonna sand it again. Thinking about maybe bleaching it again. I don't know. I'm never going to make up my mind. Make sure I get all the dust. You want to feel with your hand. You can feel with your hand. Sometimes you can't see it, but you'll be able to feel it. And I want it to be a little rough because I don't want it super smooth because I want the wood to absorb the paint and water mixture. So here's my water grill, turquoise iris water grill. I'm gonna get it nice and wet right here. This water is also going to be pushing the grain out a little bit more. That's why I couldn't decide if I want to use 120 or 220 because I want the grit to stay up. But at the same time, it's art, so it's going to turn out really good. When you sand wood, the fibers stick up, and when you wet it down, sometimes they'll go down. I think they'll stay up though, where the white should soak in just fine. And then I'm going to sand it back after the white dries. I'm going to use 220 because then it'll sand it back and leave like a texture. The white will stay in the lower parts of the wood, and then some of the, I want to be able to see a lot of the wood grain. Take my handy dandy brush. I'm actually going to get it wet because I want this I'm just pickling it or whitewashing it. And this water bottle sprays and sprays. It's okay though. Okay, here we go. This brush is so cool. I've used it a couple times to flowers, experiment with it with painting the one stroke flowers like I did on the front here with paper. I have two of these. One's a little smaller than this. I figured out perfect opportunity to use it in the video. Now I'm putting this paint on and I'm gonna wipe it back once I get it on here. I'm gonna wipe it around with a rag. There we go. I don't really want that white paint down on my dresser. I should probably get a little bit more careful. The water won't hurt. You don't want the paint on there. So let's wipe it back a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use a paper towel. I have these blue shop rags. I'm gonna use 2 pieces. I'm gonna fold it up so that if I need to, I can refold it. So I fold it so I can use more than one side of the, you know what I mean? So if I use this side, and I can unfold it, you know what I mean? I can use multiple sides. Okay guys, now this is all dry, the whitewash that I put on here. So I'm going to lightly sand over it now with a 220. Okay, I'm on the last stretch here. I'm almost finished and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's turned out really good. A lot better than I thought that it was going to. So now it's salving time. I'm gonna put Furniture Salve on. I did put a coat of this clear mat over just this top part right here, okay? I didn't put it on anything else. And then today I'm gonna use these Wise Owl Salve. I can't decide between bourbon vanilla or fig juniper. I think I'm gonna use fig juniper. It smells super good. I'm gonna salve the top of this, and then I'm going to salve all the hardware. It's gonna look a little shiny at first, but by tomorrow it'll dry nice and matte. And I'm also gonna pull the drawers out and I'm gonna put salve on the runners. Okay, so first off, before I do that, I'm gonna do test. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I get all the dust off the top. This should be good. Sometimes you want to do your hand trick, because just because you wipe it doesn't mean it's all off. You want to feel it with your hand, because you'll be able to feel if there's still residue. Okay, that's my tip for the day. Here we go. Fig and juniper. And here's my 2-inch palm brush, waxing brush. Oh my god, this thing is a premium Wise Owl brush. So awesome. This little can though, it's like a tester. So it might be a little rough getting that out of there, but I don't mind. I think these are just I'm pretty sure these are just testing scents. I ordered them. Here we go. This stuff is so awesome. Once you try it, if you haven't tried it, you are missing out, because like this stuff goes on better than soft melted butter that you've had on the counter. Or if you've microwave butter. Well, it's not water, but it's like the best. I've never used anything better. If you use wax and you go and try this, you'll never go back to wax. I can guarantee that. This seals and protects. It'll still break down into the grains of the wood. But after I put it all on, you want to kind of buff it off. If you use too much, don't use too much or it'll get stinky and it can get rancid, but I've never had that happen. Not yet. Typically though, you do want to wipe off any excess right from the start, and if you put on too much, you gotta come back later and wipe it off too. Look how easy that goes on, guys.